And what's up, everybody? It's your boy Surge, Fiction, Pop, the Doc, and yeah, I've been doing my live, but I haven't been doing them like this quite as often as I would like. Um, especially with like finals coming up. Um, well, finals are here. I did one on Tuesday that I passed, and my professor today, the final that was going to do today, the last one, she hit us up like right before. She was like, "Oh, well, it's going to go." Uh, she ran into something, so she pushed it back, and yeah, I'm like, man, dude, I just wanted to get it over with, but so I don't know when I'm going to take that. So hopefully it's tomorrow because I'm ready for it, and I just want to get over it, So yeah, with finals, and then I'm searching for an apartment, new place, something closer to USC's health campus, CAT campus, in in East LA, and I got a few different things. I deal with financial aid and all that stuff, so been really focused on that. I finally got one of the episodes that I did maybe a few weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago, up, and released that one. I'm gonna try to get the other ones ready to release, and then get more people to interview. I got a few people in mind, but actually anybody who's down, let me know. Like, shit, hey, we can jump on this. So also kind of thinking about like bringing in a co-host. So we'll see what happens there, right? And all that's gonna be fun, and all that's gonna be cool. Just makes it a lot easier, a lot of bit more fun. So that's in the works. We'll see what happens with that. And then yeah, remember, I have the free Facebook group. If you guys want to join, well, most of you are on there who see this from Facebook, but if you're not, jump on it. It's let me see where it's at. Here it is. There it is. It's I love this movement Facebook group. It's free. You got nothing. You got to pay nothing. You just ask for an invite, and either I or one of the admins will let you come in. All right. That's also where we'll be holding June 7th, the 75-day hard challenge, the one that I created for dancers. So, if you guys want to do that, jump on it. There's a few of us are going to do it, and we're gonna try to post some stuff on there. I was also even thinking about maybe doing a like a Zoom or like a meeting where we kind of talk about our what's working for us, and we even talk about like the books that we're reading, just checking in on each other, make sure we're all kind of like we're doing okay. So that's in the works too. But yeah, so that we got all that that's going on. Like I said today, like this is just very organic. I like to do most of these organic. Sometimes I will have a topic for the day, but like a lot of times it's just ideas, and just the way it comes out, it just flows. So I'm also going to try to start doing these things a little earlier instead of like at 10:48 at night. Just right now, that's just how my schedule's been. But yeah, I'm trying to knock these mofos a bit earlier. Be more consistent, at least on a certain time. Now that like I'll have a little bit more time. So yeah, and then remember the IG too. So it's there. That's where I'm gonna post a lot of the little snippets when the podcast releases. That's gonna be on there. So I'm hoping to launch that sometime in the near future. So if you would like to watch it, the video, you watch the edited version of these conversations that we have, and it's a bit more, be quicker. You can listen to it while you're driving and whatnot. Um, but yeah, but today I want to talk about confrontation and how we deal with confrontation. Um, I've had like I tend to be one of those people, or I was one of those people, or even so, even if I am like, these are things I'm trying to change. I'm not a perfect person. I have a lot of flaws. I have a lot of things that I'm working on, and one of those things is how I deal with confrontation, especially when it comes to certain people, right? Like, you know, when you run into somebody in the street, you're just like, "Man, whatever," unless they try to like get kind of you know physical, then it changes, right? But like, people see confrontation, or when they hear the word confrontation, they think it's going to be a fight. Like, it's like, oh, we're going to get down, and it's like that's far from the truth. you know that's really far from the truth. Confrontation can be just anything that you confront and you're dealing with that that might make you feel uncomfortable. A disagreement, a debate, those are all types of confrontations, right? Hope I'm saying that right. Confrontations. I don't know. I guess it just depends on where you're from. So I say confrontations. Confrontations. Man, whatever. You know what I'm talking. Confrontations. That's just it's a tongue twister. But yeah. But anyways, we all deal with that, and it's like, just because you have that, or you confront somebody about something, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a fight, like a physical altercation. It could just be a disagreement, and it could be cordial. It could be to the point where you're just like, we're talking about this and we don't agree, and that's you're confronting. Okay, especially like just it could be anything. It could be like, like, hey, I heard you kind of were saying this. Like, why are you saying that? And I'm like, oh, like, I was, it doesn't have to be like, motherfucker, what's up, dog? You want to get nah, like, it doesn't need to be like that. Man, I tend to be like that sometimes. Like, I don't know if it's a maybe a demographics thing, from where I'm from, like, or maybe the way I was raised, or you know, the neighborhood I grew up in. Like, you start talking a certain way, you feel offended. You're just like, oh, hell no, dog. What's up, homie? You know, and it like really doesn't need to be that way. You're like, hey, are you sure we can like have some tea or some coffee and talk about it? Like, it's that's been like a really hard, you know, for me to kind of like uh be able to kind of not translate any when I confront people, or when people confront me about something, as a like where I don't hear the bell ring and says, okay, round one, fight, and all of a sudden we're getting down like Street Fighter. um it's been hard for I'm hardwired. The minute that I hear something, I'm like, oh, hell no, fuck that. And that's something I've been like, it's been a tough road to kind of get over that. um Especially like when you come from a family that like, we man, one little way, if we say one little thing one certain way, or a gesture something in a certain way, it's kind of like, Why'd you do that for? And then you start kind of like, it's a fight, right? And yeah, so I've had issues like that. And you know, I've had moments where I've like exploded and like lost my cool, you know. And I'm not proud of them, but at the same time, like sometimes it's okay if that happens, like you have to be okay if that happens. Like, especially if you're a person that's not very expressive, doesn't know how to express their feelings, that bottles everything up inside, that's afraid to confront people, or even talk about certain things. Like, you can, when it's time, that you just pop off, you know like you pop off and all of a sudden you're just like, oh damn, you just go wild. And that happens to the best of us, you know and it's okay. Sometimes you just got to do that. you know it's all that built up like stress and anxiety that you have inside, that it starts bottlenecking. Like, you really feel it. Like, you're like, it's almost as if like it starts somewhere and it just starts kind of like creeping up, and you get here, and you get choked up, and you can't like, say the words that you want to say. And if you're anything like me, you start like mumble, like you start. I do that. Like, I'm like, damn, dude. Like, if I get really start really heating up and I get heated up, like I can't even talk. All I want to do is like throw a punch, and like, my nah, dude, I can't be like that. I can't do that anymore. So, you know, I mean, that was like something back from like when you were younger, but like as a grown ass man, like, especially if you want to be like some type of professional or something like that, you have to be able to control those emotions. But you know what? Like, they do get the best of you though. That's why, they made a lot of like places, um, where you can release that built up. Like, they have those what is it? It's like a place that like you pay, and then you can go in there and just break everything. Or you just grab stuff and you just trash it, and that's actually sounds pretty cool. I think I need to do one of those. You just got to get angry at everything. But you know what? Like, there's another thing that you can use those feelings. Is it's obviously, you can hit a bag. You can hit a punching bag. Bam, bam, bam. Even if you don't like know how to do it, just kind of get a punching bag and start going to town. Like, I got my bag here. I just don't have it whenever hang it anymore. But like, I have my bag here, and that's like, you know, I go to town on that. And yeah, like, I used to box, and boxing and or any type of like martial arts is like, it goes well with dancing, because it gives you like that spatial awareness, you know. And I was actually talking to Bloom earlier. We were talking about that, how, you know, I read this. Oh, let me grab it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Yeah. I grabbed, like, we seen this I lost my train of thought already. Damn, just from here to there. But there was you know, boxing, right? And how like sometimes like we do movements, right? And these movements that we do, uh, we don't we don't know where they come from. They just they just uh they just come. You know, you we know, like, all right, where I'm gonna throw this punch, but like the follow up stuff, when you're boxing, you train the 1-2, you train the 3-4, the uppercuts, the you know how different combinations was, but like nobody tells you when to throw it and where to throw it. You do that in the moment. Okay. You're looking at your opponent and you're going off. So it's kind of like when you're bobbing and weaving, your body's going this way. So if somebody's throwing a punch on this side, I'm going this way, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw this punch, or I'm gonna throw, an uppercut or a hook or something like that. And so it's kind of like the same thing, like when we're dancing, right? We we're waving and then we go this way, and then I will say, well, there's a lot of things I can do here, right? I can kind of do something with my shoulder. I can bring this side up, So it's like you just go with the flow. You're really just going with the flow. And so when you have these feelings inside with when you're getting confronted, those are boxing in MMA or any type of martial arts is really good. It translates really well to dancing. It really does. And the footwork, in boxing, there's a lot of footwork, you know. There's a lot of good footwork that can help with dancing, you know, jumping rope, some ladder drills, you know. You got your ladder drills, you got your what's it called your side to side, your icky shuffles, the two in a hole, the yin and yangs and all these different types of like movements that you're doing, right? You go up three, back two type of deals, and then one of the things that I actually would teach, like when I was when I would have my peeps that I would train, I would do like a kind of house step move on the ladder, and they're like, how are you doing that? I'm like, well, it's a dance. Like a lot of the stuff is a dance. A lot of the exercise is a dance. It can be translated to dance very well. That's why you have like you know uh, ticking push-ups, right? Which is actually they're really hard because now you have to boom, isolate, 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 up, boom, boom. So you're doing that and you're working out, but you're contracting. So it's kind of like you're doing it in a cadence. You're like 1, 2, 3, boom, you're down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you're getting into a cadence or an 8 count if you want to say it. So all that stuff really, really helps. So those exercises are amazing. But like if you know how to exercise the right things, it'll make you a better dancer. Like so, I'm going off on a tangent. So, so back to like the confrontation thing. So yeah, so if you're feeling that way, and you're like in the end, you end up like saying, "Hey, you know what? I don't know if I came out from this confrontation like the way I wanted to." You know, sometimes you end up a little bit more pissed off than you were before. Go hit a bag, dance. You know, put some like music, and you just be like, "All right, I'm just gonna go ham to this." So like one of the things I do is when I'm feeling that way is if I'm not hitting the bag, yo, I'll listen to some heavy metal, you know, um, and dance to some heavy metal. Um, let that all sweat it out, let it go out, you know. But yeah, confrontation. It can be a big thing. It can be kind of like a killer, especially like depending on who you have like get in an argument with, or you get into some a debate against or disagreement with somebody. Like that is there's certain people that can kind of tick you off, like out of this world, and there's just like, well, just because you do this, and I'm like, well, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, you did. I'm like, well, Maybe I did, but I didn't mean to do. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot of stuff that's out there that, and it's hard to control. You know, when somebody knows you really well, they know your buttons, and they're gonna try to push those buttons, or they're gonna call you out on some stuff, and like, sometimes you're gonna lose your cool. You're gonna get pissed off. You're gonna get angry, and you're gonna be, uncomfortable, and that's okay. So what I'm telling you is, it's okay to be mad. It's okay to feel that way. Yeah. Sometimes you just need it, you know? But sometimes, like, there's people that need to confront other people. If you're unhappy at your workplace, like, and or somebody kind of did something at your workplace that you didn't like, and they keep doing it. What are you going to do? Just let them continue doing that? Like, no, you're not. You shouldn't. So that's where you're going to need to confront somebody. You're going to have to go up there and be like, hey, dude, can I talk to you? Most people, I think they'll listen. I believe the majority of people will be like, okay, damn, my bad. Like, I didn't know. And if they're a dick, then by you confronting them, like, they're gonna be like, oh damn, like, he told me, so like, or she told me, like, I might need to chill. you know and so by being brave and stepping out of your comfort zone and saying, like, hey, I'm gonna go confront this person, doesn't necessarily, like, you don't have to think about it like I'm gonna go fight. Nah, that's not what it means either. I'm gonna go confront this person and let them know I don't like what they're doing. I don't I don't like the way they're acting. You have to be tactful too, because if you come off like well, why are you talking to me that way for? Why you talking to me that way for? Oh, what is that supposed to mean? Oh, why? I mean, man, you disrespecting me. Like, how do you think they're into me? If you're talking to me like that, I'm like, what? Man, who the fuck you think you talking to? You know. But if you make it clear, like, hey, can I have a word with you? Like, no, for real, like, one on one. Okay. Be like, hey, you know what? Like, I really didn't like the way you were, like, you're saying those things, or you're teasing me, or you're making me feel uncomfortable, and like, I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or not. Maybe you're like, I'm hoping you're not aware of that, but I don't like that. And please, can you stop doing that? Most people are gonna be like, oh man, my bad, like, I didn't realize it. I didn't know. you know to do that, it's hard. Some people have a hard time doing that, honestly. Like, man, if that could have saved me, if somebody would have confronted me recently, that would have, like, changed a whole bunch of stuff for me. You know what I mean? And but they didn't. you know and that's another reason, to confront somebody. Let them know, like, hey, shh, hey, bro, you're out of control. Like, you're kind of like, yeah, I don't know what that meant, but, like, yeah, you out of control. Like, you're far fetched now. Like, you went too far. Like, or you're going too far. You know, and that could, like, that person may not even know they're doing that thing that you're confronting them about. They're like, man, I had no idea I was doing that. Thanks for letting me know, bro. Like, man, I appreciate that. I actually did that to one of my coworkers. He was the director. Yo, straight up, he was like the director. He was like the motherfucking man there, right? And then he kind of noticed, people were just being really distant from him. And I walked up and told him, "Hey, bro, like, let me holler at you really quick." He's my boss. He was my boss, but I was his aide, so I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you know this, but like, your PTs are scared to talk to you, bro." He's like, "What? Like, really?" Like, yeah. He's like, "Why?" He goes, "I don't know, dude. You're being kind of a dick." And he was like, "Serge, word?" I'm like, "I guess, like, I don't know, bro. Not to me, but like, you know, but you do have this kind of like look, like you're just they're scared to talk to you, bro." He's like, "Everybody?" I go, "I don't, well, I'm not, not me." Like, and he was just like, "Damn." He was, "I really didn't know that." And so that kind of like that helped him. Me confronting him about that, like, helped the whole everybody be able to talk to him. There's a lot of people that can't do that. They don't even know how to do that. And so sometimes you just gotta be brave. Where you few points to take away from today is when you confront somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna be in a fight. Okay. Actually, most of the times you're probably not gonna get in a fight. Okay. So take that out of your head. All right, I'm gonna go confront this fool. It's just about like, nah, I'm gonna go talk to this person to let them know they're doing something I don't like. Boom. Okay. Yeah, I forgot the rest. Bad. That happens to me a lot. I actually like. I start like talking, and all of a sudden I'm like, "What happened?" I don't know. It was just an out of body experience. I didn't even know what I said. Yeah. So yeah, when you confront people, like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get in a fight. It can actually, number two, it can actually help people, in the long run. By you being the person that confronts the person, it could help the overall environment. Number three, sometimes you just need to get to be clear. You get the clear message. Sometimes there's not a exactly, you know, a reason that let me see what I'm trying to get the words right. Sometimes by confronting people, you get the message is a bit more clear. Okay, because he says, she says shit, like, you know, this way you're like, "Hey, bro, so this is what they're saying. So what's up with that?" They're like, "I didn't say that. That's not even what I said." So boom. Instead of you like, "Oh, that's what he said." Nah, fuck that food. No, dude. That's not that either. Okay. So it's like those, I mean, those are that happens a lot, So uh when you confront somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get in a fight too. When you can get a clear message. Three, it can help the overall experience. Four, you know, it can help you out, you know. You can clear things up for yourself. It challenges yourself to be able to, you know, talk to people and be able to grow from that. We live in a world where we got to talk to people. And if we just bottled up all the time when people said something about us that we didn't like, and just we're doing something, let them continue to do something that we don't like to us, like, what kind of life is that? You know, it's okay. It's okay if you lose it too. Sometimes you need that. Just be kind of careful how you lose it. Don't lose it like and start you know, like it's okay. It's okay if you lose control, if you kind of get mad, if you're like, you know, it's okay. Just be careful how far you take that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I want to talk about. Like, we're not perfect. Like I had my incidents where, we get into a big debate or get into a big fight, and it's sometimes just like it's over nothing. But you just got to be able to, learn either how to keep yourself cool, collective, and if you lose it, it's okay. It's okay. We all tend to go through those moments. Okay. So, confrontation, it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I believe it's a good thing, especially when you know how to manage it. Okay. Um, Being overly confrontational can be a bad thing. Oh, I keep it real. I keep it 100 all the time. You know, I like when people keep it real. I like when people keep it 100, but sometimes it's just like, okay, you're keeping it too much 100. And yeah, there's a difference between being 100 and doing it to help somebody versus you having the last word. Two different things. And if for you to be like that person that's 100 all the time, like makes you feel bad, then why do it? Or makes the other person feel bad, like why do it? Like sometimes it's just better, like whatever. Just let it go. Oh, yeah, that's it. See you guys mañana. I hope this wasn't butchered. I butchered to this too much. Like, yeah, it's been one of those days. I'll see y'all soon, soon, soon. 75-day hard challenge popping edition. It's coming up, folks. It's coming up. You down? You down.